dragon. We can talk about dragons today too. Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Good
everybody.
evening. Welcome, welcome. How are you,
Hello,
Sally?
everybody. I'm good,
You
thank
look
you,
very nice. Look
Summer.
at you. All
Oh,
summery.
thank you. Oh, yes. I thought I'd blend with my decor. So,
And
everybody,
Kim,
I'd like
thank
you
you
all
so
to
much
meet.
for being here.
I'd like everybody to meet Kim. And Kim here is a wonderful priestess who works with the beautiful healing power of flowers, and is writing an immense several books, I reckon, a series of books there. This is what I've been saying about the subjects of that flowers and their working with their goddesses and their essences and all sorts, isn't it, Kim?
Yes, absolutely. It's going to be called, well, that's what it's at the moment. It's going to be called Mystical Flower Guardians. And
wow.
It's all about flower healing, and it takes it into a different direction because each of the flowers have their own guardian. So they're like their own spiritual team with the flowers. And in the book, I'm busy writing it. It'll be done soon.
And fantastic.
And part of writing the book, I've designed a pack of cards, one for each of the flowers and the trees. There are 22 flowers and 7 trees, so 29 in total. And then there's going to be a small, I haven't got them yet, there's going to be a small pack of cards. It's small at the moment, it might get bigger. It's going to be about that sort of size, a pack of cards. And each of them will have something like a photograph on, and on the other side, writing to do with the cards. And they're like going to be used with the book or separate from the book, and they can be used as altar cards, or if you're making flower essences, you could have them around your bowls. If you're doing healing, you can have them in the room. There's sort of like so many different ways to use them. Yeah,
that's beautiful. Absolutely lovely. I sense that the wording with each flower you can almost use as an incantation over the essences and all sorts. So it sounds really beautiful.
I've got I think I share some with you. So say like I've got everything on paper at the moment, which is a bit, but say like for the willow tree, that's got its own keywords, and whilst in the book it will tell you, there's a section that's at the back that'll say if you've got headaches, it'll suggest which type of flower to go to. But on the cards, and they say about what the keywords are. So say with the willow, it's all about releasing and letting go. It's about a spiritual expansion, a new beginning. So those keywords can be used and embedded into when you are making a flower essence. The way that I've been doing my healing with the flowers is a bit like your readings. It's bespoke. It's a channeled meditation, and they're about 90 minutes. With each one is meeting the flower, meeting the keywords, and then there's channeled stuff all comes in, and receiving the healing from the flower and the guardian, and it's very powerful stuff. It's different. I don't know whether the same things are out there, but it's different. But it speaks to me anyway.
Well, I've not heard of. I do flower reading courses, and I've not come across anything as in depth as what you're doing. I think this is going to be phenomenally eye-opening for a lot of people.
Can you tell me how did you start with that flower reading?
Pardon?
Me?
How did you start with the flower reading? How did it, came to you? Because I don't know many people that do flower reading.
Oh, is that with me or with Sally?
Oh, yeah, with you, Kim. Yeah, if you want to.
Well, I used to do flower readings. Like I'm a medium, so a medium healer. And I used to go to the spiritualist church, etc. And you would take, often you'd take a flower and people would use the psychometry, etc. But then I could do that as well. So what I do now with the flower healing is I've got how I've been choosing the flowers for the healing is I ask people really just to set their intention of what they would like the healing for, and then I wait and listen for either the flower or the guardian to come in to tell me which one wants to come in and bring the message. So I've been doing that very focused, very using my intuition for the healing. And then also, like, I might look at, I did have my cards written on index cards, so I'd look through them, and you know how you do, you can douse with your pendulum, you know, you can just use your intuition, you can shuffle the cards and pick them, you know, and you can go that way. So I can work with a physical flower and bring a message from the flower.
That's beautiful.
You know, and I can work the other way is like intuitively choosing the flower for the person. I mean, lately I've had a lot of the guardians coming through. In my group, I do, well, I haven't really been, I do like little readings in there, and the flowers have started to really come through more. Whereas I have been focusing on the healing side for quite a few weeks, you know, sort of like really nailing them down into which season, which elements, etc.
Yeah,
I can honestly say I've had one of these healings, and it was one of the most intense and wonderful experiences of my life. I can honestly say that. It's not just me saying this, because I've actually had somebody else I know that's come to you, Kim, that you know, we mutually knew, and I wasn't aware she'd come to you, and I was like, oh, you need to go to Kim. Oh, I've already been to Kim. So it's like, and how amazing you were, and your praises are being sung out there really broadly regarding this.
Let's just say some highs to everyone before we carry on, Kim. Hello, Morgan. Hello, Jill. Let me just put some comments here. Oh, Maria, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing. Morgan wants some healing. We're going to send some healing on your way, darling. Some positive vibes for you. Hello, Christine. Hello. Let me see if I can pronounce this lady's name. I'll call her Madumo. Hello, Danielle. Hello, Sheila. I think I already said Sheila. And Becky, how are you? How is everyone? Good evening. Hello, Carrie. Please share for us, because sharing is caring. We got amazing Kim tonight here with us. I'm so excited. You know why, Kim? Because Sally is always talking about you. Sally, she's always talking about you, and she's always talking about the way you go. We got very
Huge
similarity.
She's always talking to me about you, Summer. So I think like the three of us together, she's always talking to me about you. You know,
I'm just so thrilled that you two are getting to talk. It's just like, yes, finally.
Because we, the three of us, we actually got dragons as a spirit animal. So, you know, lots of energy around here. What color is your dragon? Hello, Siobhan. What color is your dragon, Kim?
Oh, white. Like white. Yeah, white. Yeah, I've got 3 before, but the white's the one. Yeah.
Oh, right. Mine is a red like orangey. Got like both colors, red, orange. Yes.
Oh, lots of flame energy. Yeah, lots of fire.
Oh, I know. And the Sally dragon, what color is it? It was black.
Wow.
I think it changed.
I started off really strangely with my dragon, because it felt like I had grown. Weirdly, it came the same week as I discovered the sensation of having wings that we get. And I just saw them both as black, but I feel that it's because I was still in the shadow, if that makes sense, of learning what to do with these things. And as it progressed, literally very rapidly, it was only a matter of a week, I saw both my wings and the dragon come out of the shadow, and they were both white. But they went through a green healing phase first. Really strange.
I think
it was like I needed to do this internal out of the shadows healing.
It's the white. I used to see like a purple and a green dragon, but it's after I did a lot of this really deep healing I did 2 years ago that my dragon came in as white. It was that time of having to release something massive, you know, and you know, once you healed and moved on and let that go, you then, you know, you evolve. Like in the priestess path that I'm on, like we'll often give each other a different cloak. And like I was given the white iridescent cloak by Mary Magdalene then. And it wasn't, that just came to me. It wasn't through my tutor or anything. It just came. And so did the white dragon. So, and also got this white flame energy and a few different things that were white. But then now I'm really in a pink zone. Everything's been pink.
Oh, I'm in the pink zone too. I feel like the love. I feel that I need to be connected and surrounded by everything that is pink. I got so many pink crystals. Everything that is pink, it's with me. I'm actually surprised I'm not wearing pink today, but that's what I'm feeling at the moment. Pink energy, the love energy.
I've been writing a lot in my book about the higher heart, and I've written about that before, but now that I've written it in this book, it's really going into oh, hi Jill, hi. Oh, she's a darling. So since I've been writing now more about the higher heart, I knew about it before, but all of a sudden there's been this absolute revelation that we think we get connection from the crown to source, but unless our higher heart is clear and pure, we can't get the connection to, I don't mean we can't, once we've cleared lower chakras, and I was doing some of this with a lady last week, pushing up from the sacral to the higher heart, clearing. The snowdrop's fantastic for this. It's absolutely amazing, the snowdrop flower for healing. It's unbelievable. And I was doing some the other week and had to stop because I was getting so much crown and pineal gland activation. I had to let that assimilate, clear out before I could keep going. Hi, Jill.
So tell me, how do you do healing on people? What is your technique?
Well, I've got different techniques, but because we're working like, you know, like I've usually now worked through Messenger. So I can do it on Zoom. I do prefer to be just the audio because then I can go into my zone and I just sit within the piece without getting distracted with watching myself or watching the other person. That sounds, you know, it's not. And I noticed that when I do the Zoom with video, that I'm sometimes not as fully in the zone. So we talk first about the flowers, etc., and when I choose which one it is, and I explain the keywords, etc., and then I take the people into a guided meditation, and it is bespoke. It's totally channeled, and I normally take them into a mist, and then go into the energy with the flower and the guardian, and then to receive the healing light from the flower and from the guardian. And sometimes I do some other healing within that with about filling up your meridians and any other clearing, but it depends how powerful it's been. And the meditation's about half an hour probably. It could be longer. And then I usually talk afterwards to bring you back. And, you know, and sometimes I could have stayed in the energy forever, but, you know, we have to come. So whole session is about 90 minutes. I'm still doing them free for, well, I said for case studies, but it's all about me really working with the energies as much as I can. So that for the work in my book. So, you know, it's about that. Before, I would take people through a guided meditation and I would channel the healing over them with crystals, etc., you know, when I had the therapy space. And then you can use things like, I'm writing about that, about layering with flower essences. Like I take a flower essence every day. I'm wearing rose perfume, you know, so there's a layering you can do, you know, and then you can invoke the goddess who you're working with for the next few days, those sort of things as well. Yeah.
So are you going to explain everything in your book?
Yes. I'm explaining a lot in this book. The first part is about my childhood. I've been writing about that and about the flowers and the places where I lived and things like that.
Anybody watching anybody watching that is in need of any form of healing, honestly, contact Kim afterwards, because it really was one of the most uplifting and healing moments of my life. It really was.
Oh, I'm curious now, Kim. I'm going to stay in contact with you. I'm really curious, and if anyone watching, like Sally said, you know what, just try it and let us know how it goes.
Well, I suffer from fibromyalgia, and this helped immensely. It really did.
I'm going to be recording. Now, this is something else. In the book, there'll be about all the flowers and lots of information, and there'll also be a scripted meditation for people to follow or record for themselves, plus spiritual guidance for each of the flowers. Then also I shall record all the audios. So some of them will be available that you can download when you bought the book, but then also some of the, there'll be other ways to download them. So, and then with the little card, there'll be a mini book as well. So it's a bit like there's a whole package here. And then when it's written, I'm going to start doing workshops with it as well. So, it's like...
I can't wait. Honestly, I'll be there.
Absolutely.
That's very interesting.
Does anybody want a reading with the flowers?
Guys, she's doing readings with flowers, Kim. So start to post your comments. The ones that will post more often, the comments will get a reading. So make sure that you share for us and post a comment. Just write like a reading or a card or a flower. Yes, Sheila. Sounds amazing.
Absolutely.
So how long you been working with flowers, Kim?
Well, probably the last couple of years, but then I've been a healer for 20 years or more. And when I went back looking at the flowers, I really found like the flowers seem to be so much part of my childhood. It's like they've been part of my life, even though I wasn't aware of it. Does that make sense? And all of a sudden, in the priestess stuff, I've just come to this point where the flowers have just opened up, and it just feels like everything is pulled together. So who was the first lady? Was that?
It was actually a guy, a man called Tony. Oh no, we had someone else, but we had Carrie Cooper. Share for us. Carrie.
Sherry, yeah. Well, I picked it very quickly at the sunflower. The sunflower has jumped out for Sherry. And this is a flower of the summer, and it's very much a flower about abundance. So it's very much, and I feel that it's a time at the moment for Sherry that she really needs some upliftment, and the sunflower can just bring it. You've got the yellow one and bringing that golden light out. And the sunflower, the guardian of the sunflower is a Greek goddess, and her name's Clete. And she's a water nymph, and she's very much associated with the god Apollo, another Greek sort of. A lot of my guardians are Greek. It's because I've had a Greek higher self and a Greek other life. So this is it. So there's very much Sherry's like, I want you to have a look in your life about where you're feeling that the joy and the abundance is missing, because I know it's in your life, but you're just not recognizing it. And I want to say September's important to you also for a birthday. And there's a lady coming in. Sorry, this is the mediumship. She's not very tall. She's about 3. It's 5'3", 5'4". Grandma.
Sheila. Sorry to interrupt. Sheila, yeah.
Was it? It's
Sheila or Carrie Cooper?
Yeah,
Carrie.
Yeah, do you know which one it's for? Not Kerry. The one. We'll have to go.
Sheila then.
Hang on, not Sheila. Was it Sheila? Was it?
No,
Sheila?
You did a card for. You did the flower card for Kerry.
Did I?
I think she said Sheila. Just so you know.
Okay. Okay. No. So we'll stay focused. So whoever this card's for, everybody take it if they've got it. It's like the sunflowers wanting you to and I'll get off this one and move on then. Wanting you to really look at the happiness that's in your life that you're not noticing, and to really shine the light of the golden light and that golden ray in your life and ask to be shown, where is my joy, and really jump into that. Does that make, and so I hope that makes sense. Okay, so was it Tony? Did Tony want to read him?
Yes, sorry I cut your connection with the spirit. You can give the message if you want. Maybe one of them will connect with the message if you want to carry on.
It's okay, we can leave that one. I mean, there was a grandma lady came in and she was just bringing the same message. She showed me like the fire, like being by the fire, and there's a real, there's that essence you get of in the olden days when you gathered round the fireplace and you just sat and perhaps had a cup of tea or a coffee, and you just sat and was with that loving person, and you just felt like it was the best place in the world. And that energy of the hearth wants to come through with this lady. And I've sent that out. I think it was for Sherry. My fault for not recognising the names when they pop up. I ought to write them down.
You're so up with him.
Do you pick cards, or do you want me to pick another one?
For Tony, would you like to pick one, and then we can pick one each one? So
okay,
we can do one each for Tony.
I'm very fast. We all doing one each for Tony?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Do you want me to start, or
yeah? Okay.
I've already picked one. What am I like? It's like quick. Okay, so for Tony, I've got the cherry blossom tree. Now, this energy comes with the keywords love, self-love, and precious life. And the cherry, I can't read the guardian of the cherry tree. We've had it now. Her name is Conchana Sakuhim, or something to that. She is beautiful. And she connects very much with mother energy. But also for Tony, I feel like there's been an aspect of your life that has been cut off, and it's going to be rejoined. So have a look for that, where that is. There is something, it may be in your career, and something like to do with that was cut off bluntly, and you're waiting. This energy wants to come in to rejoin those parts. So I hope that makes sense to you, Tony. There's also this huge energy of it's connected to Venus. And it's connected to love. So finding that energy and loving yourself, but also, being open to finding or feeling more love from others around you as well. Okay.
That's very interesting, Kim. Thank you. I'm going to carry on with your message, Kim, because it's connecting with yours, mine. I'm using the Spirit Animal deck, and you got the frog, Tony, which is about prosperity, but also it says, let go of the past and embrace the change, so embrace what is about to come to you. Opportunities are close at hand, and hope into this new day with joy.
My card links with the cherry blossom, because if you think about cherries, they are bittersweet. They are a bittersweet fruit. They start bitter, they go sweet. Because we have the bittersweet card for you from the chakra cards. And what this is saying right now is that I've just got you feeling melancholy and a little bit not moving forward. And you've got to look at the sweetness of things that are being offered to you right now, and take them and take advantage of that, rather than just ignore them and just move forward. And like the cherry blossom coming out in the springtime, take the sweetness, go forward with it. Absolutely.
And
take the love for you. Sorry, Kim, what are you going to say?
I'm going to say, like, with that you said about, that ties in very much with what I was getting about. Something is like moving forward and reconnecting, and it's change, but it's going to be new change and new growth.
Embrace it.
And look and embrace it, and look at it as the sweetness that you are deserving.
Yes,
absolutely. And like for me, like I get this message, I'll see now things in a different way. It's like I see roots now so much. Like for spiritually, they show me the trees show me the roots, you know, as much as they show me the blossom. The roots are expanding, you know, and that's how they show it. They show me so different, many different language of like flower language now. I'm onto the flower language now.
Absolutely. I've recently, you know what, I was drawn to buying a couple of packs of cards, and I was more drawn to buying my moon cards, but I like the colour of
I love
the chakra
those
cards.
I love
And
those
yet now I've got them in my hands. These are the ones I love working with more than the moon cards. It's really strange. Yeah.
I've got them, and I used to use them a lot, especially, you know, when I was in Worthington House. I would use them a lot then. Love them. And they're great for working with kids as well. I found that working with those chakras and healing through them makes such a difference.
Oh, really? It does.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Tony, Tony says thank you.
So, pick someone else, Sally, if you want.
Oh, my turn. Okay.
I got some people on YouTube asking for readings too.
Could we do Rose Maggie, because she's gone, Kim, please don't forget me, please.
Oh, she's always asking me. I'm a terror with Maggie.
So Rose Maggie, we'll do a card each for her. Yeah.
Rose Maggie.
I want to bring you a message from the primrose. Let's have a look. Here we go. So the primrose will be coming out soon, and it is one. So Maggie, this is for you. The primrose is one of the first flowers that starts to come out, and it's one of the first roses. So it brings the sweetness and the promise of the other roses that will come in the summer. So there is something new coming to you, and it steps in around the time of the spring equinox. This is about the time where, in a couple of weeks, around the 21st of March, this newness is coming in for you. And coming in, the goddess of the primrose is Ostara. So she's all to do with spring and fertility and new beginnings, but also to do with the inner child. So I want you to step into yourself in the next couple of weeks and really think about what makes you laugh, what lights you up, what gives you fun. And I think it's been like, I picked the witch hazel card first. I thought, no, we're not going there. We're not going with the witch hazel. The witch hazel is absolutely powerful healing, but I want to take you into the light yellow of the primrose. And if you want to have a healing with me, Maggie, let me know. Because I know you're in my group. So I've got so much this energy of self-love, and the primrose will help you to really get into self-love within yourself. There is a theme in my cards. They are mostly about rebirth, self-love, love, love, love. I'm just about sharing the love. So the key words are rebirth, inner child, self-love. The primrose has another delicate essence, and it wants to bring you, hang on, just listening. It's just like this Venus. So it's just like, go and spend some time, have some gorgeous baths, have the candles, have the essences, and just absolutely look after yourself. Put the piles of chores away. And they're saying, you've got too many worries on your mind at the moment. So just lift some of those off and be in the energy of the first rose. And that's my message for you, Rose. So from a rose to a rose. There you go.
Now, you came with a primrose with the yellow, and I got a yellow heart chakra card.
Yeah, we're
very connecting on the colours here. And this card is called impartiality. It's like, I almost feel like you've been sat there. Your heart is trying to be impartial, is trying to just leave everything balanced and nothing swaying right now. But to move forward, you're going to have to kind of take sides, I do feel, and go with where your heart chakra leads you. Rather than just stepping back and not taking part, you do need to take part in whatever's coming your way right now.
Yes. Talking about yellow flowers, this is the card I got. But But this is talking about the Rose Maggie. Is talking about this connection with the father's love. It's talking about the love that your father had for you when you were a child. So I feel I'm connecting with your father. I'm not sure if he's alive or not. But this is what this is the spirit cards are saying. It's and Kim was talking about your inner child. So what they are saying is for you to connect with your inner child. Just try to bring that joy and do the things that used to make you happy, used to make you laugh, used to make detach you from life, from the problems around you. Start remember those happy places where you've been when you were a child, and remember you're not alone. I feel that you got too much heaviness in your heart at this point. Remember that you're not alone, and also it says that you are the joy bringer. So you bring joy wherever you are. So remember about that, Rose. That's where you are. You can bring joy, and people see you like that. And all that heaviness. I feel that you need to ask your guides to come and take it away. Ask them to take them away. If it's too heavy, ask them to help you bury that cross. So ask for help.
Absolutely, because the impartiality card there had a person carrying two heavy burdens there, so they need to be shed away, and bring some help. It's your heart chakra, darling. Bring some joy into it.
And the first card that I was going to pick, I picked up really for Maggie was the witch hazel, but then I thought, no, I'm going to go to another one that brings more joy. But the witch hazel is the same sort of colour that you picked up, like the orange and the golden and the copper. And it's about purification, again about joy, and it's about power and divination as well. So it is about you could do this yourself, Maggie, as well. You can do readings yourself, and it is about you stepping into that as well.
Stepping into your own right now. Yeah.
And what lights you up, what brings you joy. Don't feel you can't join the party. Do you know what I mean, though?
Absolutely.
Can I pick someone? Maria, she did share for us, so let's give her a reading. She did share.
Lovely.
I know most of you share that. And let me see. Someone is saying, let me see. We got so many messages, I'm checking.
Can I go first with Maria? Because Maria, I've just pulled out here, and we're coming to the throat and voice chakra here, and we have the quest card for you. So this is saying, it's almost like you know what you need to be saying and know what you need to be doing. So what's stopping you? So, and I'm not being, this isn't, it's an inner fear here. This is your own nerves stopping you. It's not anything nasty. I just feel a little bit, this is saying to you, you know what needs to be said, and you know where your voice is in life and where your path should be going. So you need to be saying those right words, don't you?
And also, I got, just to compliment what you just said, Sally, as always, I got the ancestral wisdom for you, dear Maria, which it says that you been there, so learn from the past experience and grow from them. So you need to grow from them. You've been there, so try not to do the same mistakes. You already been there. If they didn't work out, just move on. Try to do something different. So grow from it, and
doing, for help. Doing what's right for her.
Yes.
I got the cedar tree for Maria, and this is a very sacred tree. So it's about the sacredness. And I'm just listening to what Spirit bringing me. They're bringing me about rituals and practices. So sometimes it's about returning to those things, and especially often say like on a Sunday morning, traditionally, I've written this about in my book. Traditionally, we would have gone to church Sunday mornings and received some spiritual guidance. We might have sat there and listened to the vicar, but we would have had our own spiritual guidance because we were giving that message to the divine. We're here, we've turned up, we're saying the prayers, we're going to get the guidance. And it might not have necessarily been through the sermon, but it would be there. So quite often, and especially I was doing this last year, on a Sunday morning, I would tune in with somebody and just anchor light. And so there's this message, Maria, for you to spend some time to anchor light, to anchor the sacredness, either to go back to your prayers, your intentions, and your manifestations. Yeah, they told me that you can manifest things with your own intentions. And the key words with this are sacredness, longevity, and ceremony. So those two things. So there's a ceremony or a celebration coming up for you this year, and you might be trying to work out how it's all going to happen, but that's definitely coming. I see a child somewhere, and not necessarily yourself, but there's a child coming as well, and there's a big celebration somewhere in the family with a big birthday or something. Like, say, like my dad was 90 last year. I couldn't necessarily do much for him, you know, and it's like that. So there's big birthdays coming up, there's celebrations coming up, but this is get back to sacredness. I hope you can take that love and light from the cedar tree.
That's lovely. Thank you.
Oh,
She's
that's
saying
beautiful.
that I came to my house yesterday.
Yeah. Is that a ritual? Like, is that, yeah?
She got 2 houses, and sometimes she go to a place where it's near the woods, and she goes there, and she does meditation. It's a beautiful place. She's very close to nature. That's beautiful.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful. Yes, I need to go and walk with the woods. I've been putting it off for days, and I really need to go.
Oh, I went for a very long walk yesterday with my dogs, and they then the dogs got home and they slept for 16 hours. It was a bit too long for them.
Oh, poor things! You killed them. Kim,
I killed them. Yeah.
Kim, do you work with mermaids, or what kind of mystical beings you work, or do you work with all of them? I mean,
I do work with animal. I mean, I've just bought some new cards. Funny you say that. I bought these last week. They came. I mean, I used to work with fairies, but then, and I do work with angels. I've worked with angels for a long time, and I work with fairies. But then, and now I've got some fairies. There are some fairies in my guardians. The hawthorn trees insisted that she's the queen of the fairies. And so there is some fairy energy coming in with the hawthorn. And I've got a massive hawthorn that grows on the other side of my fence. She does come like a white goddess, but when I asked her, she insisted she's the queen of the fairies. So there's a lot of fairy energy that wishes to come in. What do I work with? Angels, fairies, God, the goddess, Mary Magdalene. You know, that's my...
That's beautiful.
I work with, you know, I've been working with roses for abundance. So I've been working with flowers for a while, definitely 2 or 3 years. It probably more centered, like before it'd be things like, I've been working with Mary Magdalene, I say, for a lot, you know. So, yeah, lots of things.
So, Sally, the other day, sorry, go on, carry on.
I work with crystals, light rays. I receive, you know, energies of light now. Like, instead of going for an attunement, I get attuned, you know, just naturally.
I have the flashes of light, you know, and they're like this, and they keeping me awake or waking me up even because I'm being attuned. It's very strange. Yeah,
it's been happening to me too, but I was like, maybe they are trying to contact me.
No, they're just tuning you in.
They're just tuning you in.
You know what I feel this week? I feel that I feel that I'm not helping as many people as normal. I feel that this week I'm supposed to be doing some research. I feel that I'm getting a lot of downloads and doing research. Yeah. I feel that this is a week of not helping much others, but receiving. I don't know.
This week. I haven't done any healing this week. In fact, I didn't feel very well earlier in the week. I think it's every time I work with that snowdrop, it's so powerful. I have to have a few days off to receive from it because but I think I've been listening to something online where she's trying to help you with your book. So I've been really tuning into some of me time to really get in. So I've been writing with Source every day, writing with Mother Earth, and she's been so. That's why I'm in the green. She's so powerful, Mother Earth. So it's
yeah, I got the Gaia cards. I love them, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are beautiful. Can I ask you, Kim, when you write your book, do you channel or through intuition, or you just write as you go?
A bit of each, because when I've got to sit down and write my meditations, and I'm really going to get on with that. So sometimes, and I've always been like this, like could be at the computer and I'm channeling and typing. I'm going to write my meditations, probably just listening, going into and handwriting, then typing up.
Yeah.
I might do them through audio. I was planning that today, that I might go channel them.
That would be a good idea for people to be able to download an audio.
Yeah, good to do that with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there'll be more than the 29 now, because I think there'll be different ones. I think I'll do one for each of the Sabbaths, because I didn't realize I was going to write so much about the wheel of the year, but it's gone mad today. So I do feel like there'll be a meditation for each of the turns of the wheel. The flowers seem to like that. They got me really writing that today. So a bit of a mixture. Sometimes I write in a notebook, and then I do that when I do my priestess training. I write everything down the notebook, and then I record it. Then other times I just channel to a recording, different ways. And sometimes I'm just got like, this is my box here. I'm getting hold on. These are like, so I started with these with cards, so I started writing all the flowers on cards, and I was using them, and keep adding bits more to them. Well, I've got my wand here. So I really need to go out because I want to make some wands, so I've got my wand. This is an elder wand. Only I found this in the shed. Oh my Lord! Yeah, you've got yours. Yeah, it's like I think it was ceremony.
Mine's an oak, and this is made by a wizard actually in Wales. He literally finds the wood wherever he's walking, and if he feels drawn to it, takes it home and carves these beautiful wands.
Yeah, well, I asked my husband, can we do this? Can we make some wands? Because I should be in the other room. I made one.
He told me to go with the one that I was drawn to, and I just randomly picked this up, and it wouldn't leave my hand until I pulled it, and it was really strange. And he said normally one this sort of size and strength is a very masculine energy, and he was expecting a man to buy it. It was mine.
You probably didn't met your guide, Frank.
Oh yes, this is my powerful wand.
Well, I found this elder one, and I made what they call a bard talking stick last year. It's in the other room. I should have brought it in. And it's one that I've got that's willow, and I've put all little beads and a crystal on the end. And it's a bit long, and I really ought to cut it down, but it seems a shame, so I haven't. But what I also collected, which I do love, is some pieces of dried willow from inside the tree. They were just broken off. I think I might have picked them off the floor. Tied them very simply with ribbon. And when I'm like channeling, I like open the space with them, and they just willow, very lovely flower to work with. What lovely tree to work with.
Oh, it's a very gentle energy, the willow, isn't it?
I know, very powerful. I think it helped me a lot when I was struggling last year with worried about COVID, and like really helped me just to release all those fears, because I come into this year and they've gone now. It's like, you still being careful, but the fear's gone.
Yes.
Use your wand to help you out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I never had any.
My other wand is a big piece of selenite. Look, it's huge.
Oh yeah, yes. That's beautiful. Yeah, I got big. I don't know. Oh, it's downstairs. Yeah, I love it.
But I use my selenite wand. It's got lots of wax all over it because I use it with candle energies. And it works so well. with that.
Or if you got like a wand, a selenite wand, you can just brush your energy like you're brushing your body with it. It's quite good.
Oh, absolutely. But I'll go and get myself like with selenite. I like to use pink candles.
Yeah, I've got some selenite.
And I use this with, it's got pink wax all over it. If you can see that, it's got pink wax all over the end of the end of it, because I've used it with pink candles for positivity and those sort of spells and bringing energies and incantations into the house. It's such a positive energy, this, and pink candles obviously are very positive energy as well. So
anything that can bring you up.
It ends up my selenite wand ends up covered in wax half the time from doing things.
I used to use peacock feathers, and I'd buy them in specially or collect them. I used to use them in my incantations with like peacock feather, and now I use a pendulum. I'll fetch these when I went. I've got 5 of these. And she's going to make some painting with the cards. That sounds good.
Oh, Maria. Yes, Maria, that'd be lovely. I'd love to see that.
For Christmas, it's just I've been tidying up. I normally have everything in my window.
Which one is that one?
I think Summer saw this, but I don't know if you did. I got a new pendulum this week.
Yes, I think I've seen it. Yeah.
There we go.
That's
good.
I know. And so this is for my own personal use, because if I'm doing finding missing things, I use my clear quartz, because that is the purest form of finding stuff. But I was drawn to the amber, and I just thought I've got to have that, and so that's my latest pendulum. And it literally is. I very rarely get messages from myself for things. I get it for everybody else, but not myself. But this is actually facilitating me getting some answers for myself, so that's quite good. Yes, powerful stuff, amber.
Gorgeous colour.
Yes.
And the amber will have such a lovely consciousness, won't it? To be have a lot of that gorgeous Christ consciousness light.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, was really pleased with that one. And it's given me some clarity I needed, which was good. It's always good to get your yes/no clarities.
Yes, I've been writing about using pendulums. Yes. About how to use the pendulum for your yes and no, etc.
Yes. I do a course which covers every subject in 6 classes. 3 hours per class, I might add, but we cover as many sort of subjects as we can, except for flowers, weirdly. But I do dowsing with pendulums as one of the classes, part of one of the classes, and finding things with them, which is obviously great fun, and everybody is utterly amazed at the results, because obviously you follow where the pendulum leads you. So that's quite fun. You can use dowsing rods as well, but I find using a clear quartz pendulum works, because it'll point you in the right it'll swing in the right direction you need to walk in.
I like the pendulum. Usually got one when I'm doing my healing, because like you do, I've trained in crystal healing, so you use your pendulum as a, like say you get your Reiki or all the different energies, etc. Like now it's like whatever energies are coming, but then also to be also channeling and using the pendulum to clear and to move, etc. Because I used to do some of the shamanic healing where you're taking things out whilst people, and clearing, and using sage, etc. and everything. But now the pendulum is doing that often when I'm doing healing. It's stepping in, and you don't always thinking about what you're doing, but it's stepping in and letting go and releasing stuff while people are receiving the new stuff that they need.
Absolutely. When I use a pendulum, I have swinging forward and back for a yes answer, side to side for a no answer. And then I ask it, so I'll ask it, I say, please show me a yes. You get a yes, thank you. Please show me a no, you get a no, thank you. Then I'll go, show me a negative energy circle, thank you. Can I have a positive energy circle, please, to the right, to clockwise? And then you say, please take the positive energy as fast as you can and it goes a bit mad.
Yeah.
So within healing, bringing that positive energy flow is amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the other day, I was on a call with somebody, and they were doing some really deep healing with the Cathars in like for France. And honestly, at one time, the lady said something, and the pendulum flew from here, like across there. And I thought, oh my God. And then, it was like we were saying, we're going to heal the too. And it was like, no, not yet.
Well, we also, I with the clear quartz, I'll do map work, and we can actually locate, missing people. To date, I've helped find 58 people. So
I use the pink one because I feel it's got a very light energy, because it's the energy of love, so it helps not bringing any. Yeah, this is very simple one. I didn't use this one. Arrived this week. It's beautiful. This got like the 7 chakras. It's got selenitis and
this is my divination one. This is my finding people one.
Yeah.
Well, that's
totally
beautiful.
clear quartz. Totally clear quartz. It was a gift from a lovely client. When he came for a reading, he said it was his mother's, and he was drawn to bring it for me. Wasn't that lovely?
Absolutely gorgeous.
And it's got the 4 lucky clover, 4-leaf clover on it, and all the beautiful luck symbols. So I was just so blessed by the fact he brought it for me. It was really, really kind of him.
Yeah,
and it's I was just I nearly cried.
So let's do another reading, if you don't mind. Let's see.
Yeah.
Who is going to post more often, and let's see the comments then about the readings. I'm just trying to find some readings here. Message, comments. Go on, everyone. Post your comments.
Are you?
Donna loves mermaids. I love mermaids too. Full moon hangover, says Donna. So let's see those comments. Let's wait just a little bit more. So I'm very impressed with everything that you got to tell us.
Kerry Whitaker has said, yes, please, if you're drawn to me. She loves to work with her pendulums as well.
Oh.
Shall we all choose for her, Kerry?
Yes. Kerry's the lady that supplies those wonderful eyelashes, by the way, Summer.
Oh. I'm feeling so grounded. Can you see I'm very grounded? Jesus Christ, I got the tiger eye. In black tourmaline. I'm feeling so, oh my God, like a rock in my foot.
Kerry, I've got the wisdom card. We're coming again to the throat, the real throat chakra here, green card. And it's saying to use your wisdom, my darling, in the words that you are using right now towards the people, towards everybody. She's a very wise lady anyway. You are the one that everybody is coming to for your words. Gosh, you're shouldering too much, darling, per usual, aren't you? Come on.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh.
Yes.
Can I jump in? Did you finish?
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, I got the yew tree card come out, and this is to do with earth and water elements. I feel like I need to tell you, Kerry, about the 2 elements and about the earth and the water, those 2 elements. Now, the guardian, I don't know the name of the guardian. I just call her a druid and a very wise woman. Maybe when I get round to drawing her, I will get a name for her. But she's one of the ancient elder druids, and she's bringing some very deep knowledge to you. And it's very much to do with the root, the sacral, and the crown. And I'll give you the keywords, and I'll get onto the message. The keywords are the tree of life, rebirth, longevity, strength, and transformation. And with the yew tree, often, better be careful. Often with the yew tree, I mean, a lot of the yew's poisonous, and I must say that. So don't go and sort of try and eat anything off the yew tree because it is poisonous. But you know how they grow outside the churches, and they're very secret. I mean, some of the churches were built after the yew trees were planted, so there's a real sacredness with yew trees. But often with the yew trees, we're looking for rooting out old emotions and really getting to the bottom of them and getting rid of them. But that's not the message I was getting for you, sweetheart. I was getting it's very much about there's a lot of deep wisdom within you, and you have access and guides, or however you get your information, that's very deep and a lot of wisdom. And I'm just being shown now a book, not, you know, and the idea of you sharing your wisdom more and being out there more. And there's a beautiful goddess coming in, and she's like a guardian with you, and she's saying for you to share your message and your energy more with more people. And there's transformation coming with that. Also showing me like a snowball effect. If you share what you're sharing, etc., a bit like more people will know what you're doing, and then they will share it, and it will be expanding. So there's lots of gorgeous light coming for you, and it's a time of transformation, like a snowball, taking your information and running with it and letting it be out there and growing. Hope that makes sense to you, my love.
So I got a mother's love card for you. I'm just taking a card. We are doing short readings. And it says that the mother's love is reaching out to you at this time and holding you close. Maybe someone that is worried about you. I also feel the way, Carrie, the way you talk to someone, the way sometimes you can be very calming. I never met you before, but this is what I'm feeling from you. You are very calming, and you can transmit this energy to others around you. So it's good because that's how people see you. You know, also, if you got this worried in your heart, just ask them to take them away. This is the second time I'm saying this today. Maybe it's supposed to be said. So, and carry on with this mother figure that you got. I feel that that's how you treat people. You know, you're always very maternal. So you got the beautiful energy. Sending you love and light, Carrie.
She really has.
Oh, that's love. I never met her before.
No, she's a lovely lady. Yeah.
So, Carol, I think you need to book an appointment. I don't know. Maybe just try to text Sally. Do you know Carol Jarrett, Sally, or?
No, sorry. Yes.
Is it just try to book an appointment? Maybe just text Sally or something to help you with the pendulum. All right.
Yeah.
Your mother.
Yeah. Message me afterwards, and yes, and I will see what I get for you. Yeah.
Hello, Cheryl, Georgina.
Kerry, you've got to go where the heart is. You know that.
Yes. I think we all need to do some holistic treatment, but we're still in lockdown. So as soon as we start to normal, I need to change all my life in terms of healing.
Nothing to do instantly.
One of my classes that with what I'm doing starting in April is about laying of hands healing. Of course, how can you do that via the internet like this? So I'm saying everybody on the course has got to have a living being in the room with them on that week, whether it's a human or a pet or whatever, because they're going to be healing the heck out of it.
So, I even got a table. I got a really nice pink table. I can't wait to use it.
Yes. Oh, bless. Here we go. Oh, hello, darling.
Hello. Hello.
Bless. So yes, you can. Yeah, you can do it virtually. You can teach healing as long as they have a living person or animal with them to lay their hands on or heal in the room with them. Yeah.
Or they can do it in themselves, but probably it's not the same. But some people, they teach it like that.
It's kind of, part of it is teaching, sending externally as well, isn't it? So you do need to have.
You could perhaps do it like we train with a teddy bear. You know,
Yeah.
And it's yeah.
Absolutely. And yeah, you can obviously I'm teaching distance healing as well, but part of it is actually in person. So the kind of I request people to have a guinea pig with them.
Yes,
to that part of the class.
Yeah, they can give you some feedback. So
yeah, absolutely. They can say whether they felt something, what the energy, or whether it made them feel calm, whether how the energies worked and affected them.
There's sensations, etc. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. So it does give feedback.
And I want to see. I'm going to find like a few that want to have it for free and tell me what sensations they had, because I want to start to do it, remotely. So
absolutely,
I've had to do my healing remotely, and it's working, and it's lovely, and it's like I'm going to try, advertise them a bit more, sort of like, because I managed to set it up like I'd got a website that would take the bookings easily, and that. So that was quite good, and get a calendar going,
Well, I've also found like I did sort of when I was first doing it and sending remote stuff, I would do it in a way that I would ask the person I was sending it to obviously give me feedback, but I do it in a bit of a naughty way, because I project my voice to them, and I would shout their name, and they'd say, "You said my name in the middle of the healing." So you knew that they'd heard it. Yeah, there was definitely.
That sounds good. You want to go down, don't you, Teapot? I call her Teapot.
Bless her.
Her name isn't Teapot, but mind you, this lockdown, she's put loads of weight on. We've really got to get out more.
This is why I took them for the long walk yesterday. My big girl and my Bichon have gone really fat.
Yes.
Don't we all?
And me, yes. All right.
No, I was actually talking about me.
So we had a good 45-minute walk with loads of new training techniques for the puppy and everything thrown in, so they were exhausted.
You need to buy them like a treadmill to be at home.
Oh yes.
With a dog and treadmill here.
Oh no, they like the walk. They enjoyed it. Lots of running with other dogs.
They think they've got out and they do love it.
So Kim, tell us, if anyone wants to connect with you, if anyone wants to message, where is the best place?
Facebook probably, or my website, but my Facebook probably. I'm under Kim Paula, and my Facebook group is called Rose Temple. My books are under the name of Kim Aura Rose. I've got 2 books that are out at the moment. One of them's about poems. There's a small book about poems, and one that is about unlocking your abundance with Mary Magdalene and the Power of Roses. And this new book, the Mystical Flower Guardians, will be out, I think, the end of April, beginning of May. It's like I want to get it right. Got to get everything in it and get it right. So it's.
I do see the flower around you. Beautiful.
Do you? Oh, thank you. I mean, my backdrop's a bit plain, but never mind. We'll get there.
No, I can see it. But it looks like what is your favorite flower? Oh my God, it looks like a lotus, but it's not a lotus. It's got like more leaves. I'm trying to figure it out. Which one is it?
Oh, like a water lily.
Probably.
Yeah, I do work with different flowers. Like there is the lotus flower, isn't there? Do work with the rose as well. Work with
water lily, you said. Let me see.
Water lily. That comes in with ice.
What is it?
Yeah,
that's what I can see. It looks like a lotus flower. Let me show you.
Yes. It's like
that's
what they're called
behind you.
Oh,
beautiful.
Yes, that's a lotus. Yes, I've got some photographs from my book in France of them.
Your energy is very connected with that. I didn't know it was the name water lily. It looks like a lotus flower, very similar, but it's got more leaves.
And they call it. I mean, they call it a lotus, and they call it like the blue lotus flower. Like I've got an energy that I've channeled the blue lotus flower, which remind me I must write up. That's something I've got to write up, because that's really about rituals and healing. It's all to do with the goddess Isis, and and it's a beautiful light. It's very much for third eye and really for like really moving through these transformations. I haven't written about that flower in this book. I'm planning, after I finish this, to write a book about the ancient groves and the elders, and that'll be a book of about probably about 18 flat trees. So that's a bit, Actually, in my room, on the other, you can't tell, this wallpaper that's on this side of me is of the water lily. It's a pale white water lily on mint.
Interesting. And you are very connected with Isis, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can see her there behind you.
1,000 names. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, beautiful energy. Yeah. I can see your ancestors from Egypt. Beautiful, because mines are from Egypt too. I connect a lot with Anubis. Is my main guides. Yeah, beautiful energy. Thank you so much for bringing that energy into us. Let me just Google it.
Also connect with Isis a lot, as you say, and with Horus as well. So
I was going to say that he showed me the eye, and I was going to say
the eye, And I tend to be there's a balance always with me now. It's a lot of, I mean, it could have been like all divine feminine, but with me there's always like a balance. There's the divine feminine and the divine masculine. There's this balance, That came in a lot. Probably about 2 years ago, this sort of real, like, I might have Mary Magdalene with me and I have Jesus as well, or I'll have, Apollo and Clete. It's like I've got like this balance, the male and the female, because we all are in spirit.
Yes, we need to learn how to balance it. Yeah.
Well, also, when I worked with horses, my main stallion was Horus.
Ooh.
But they did the Spanish pronunciation of Horus.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
So
I also see you in a boat
and he went on to win several ridden classes with his new owner at Hoy's. So he's a very special boy.
Yeah. Because I love horses. I've never had any. My brother's got 2, I think. Yeah, he's got 2. And my mum loved to ride, and I used to ride. And then I did want to go riding again. I was supposed to be doing that when we get out of lockdown. I'm going to go for a hack, I think. Or I get a practice.
They called him that because his father had a Greek god name, and Horus was his son. So, and I'm not sure. I've forgotten the name of the stallion that was his father. But yes, so whoever Horus's father was in mythology, that was the horse that was his father. So he got the name Horus. Yeah.
That's interesting. It's nice, like the old things. I find that the more you like go in, the old ancient stuff comes in, but then modernizes and whips it all up again, and brings in the new light that we've got for ascension, etc. But also tapping into the stuff that's been here forever as well. Those
absolutely
frames, Oh,
I call this little one Poppy, but her name's Vivian Westwood.
Oh, I'll have to sort my backdrop up next time I do something like this. So I'm not like, I'll have to.
Oh, I was like you last week with my curtains behind me. I turned my table round.
No, I used to turn, because I like to use the PC. I used to turn the table around and have this, but I've not really ever got it set up how I'd like it. I always feel like, and then in the summer when the curtains are open, I've got the window like as my living altar. It's always full of flowers and Venus and all sorts of things. Yeah.
3 times I changed my office. I couldn't find the right place. I couldn't find the right energy. And then I asked my guides to channel. And I start with my shamanic drum. And honestly, it was after changing 3 times around, and my office is quite big. I've been with my shamanic drum, and I just channel, and I could see all the image, all the way my office was going to get, like puzzles flying into my head, and everything came out like this. And then I just did it. It was like amazing. Yeah.
It's the same, because this isn't my office where I'm sat, and also my sitting room. We're in the same space. But one of the first things I got was the tree of life on my wall behind me.
Wow.
And so that led to what colours I could put in the room.
Yeah.
It started with that.
It worked out. Yeah. And then they match you. They are very you, Sally. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. And
Yeah.
like for me, like my computer is in my dining room, which is also like my hall. Yeah, so I mean, but then I could use my iPad, but I always find like I've got the camera in a funny place, and then like if I use my laptop, it's sometimes a bit slow. But it's getting a bit old. The laptop is, but I have been thinking. See, my husband's going to build me like a shed, like a she shed, a goddess shed, a goddess summer house in the garden, where I'm hoping I can do my channeling in there, you know, so it's like my sacred space for everything.
Yeah. I would like to do that, and then I imagine in the winter it's going to be a bit cold, but I can just put it. But that's a good idea.
So for me healing, I tend to go where I can, stick the audio on with the message. I've been doing it on Messenger lately. So I have Messenger on with audio. It's free on Messenger, which is good. You're not getting cut off by things. And then nobody can see which room you're in. And, you know, I can be in my onesie, but have my scarf with me, you know, whatever.
Absolutely. In your comfort zone, and you can connect.
You just bring it. You just, you know, you just call it in and it just comes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good. Thank you so much for being here. Do you have anything else to ask, Sally? And would you like to?
No, that's been absolutely wonderful to have you here, Kim. Absolutely.
I really enjoyed coming. Thank you for inviting me.
I'm just so glad you two are connected.
Yeah, it feels good.
The lovely energy, honestly. The lovely energy.
Yeah. You like it too, don't you? Yeah.
Thank you. Wow. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you so much, Kim. It was really a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you for having me.
And Sally. Sorry. Go on, Kim. Sorry, what are you going to say, Kim? My apologies.
No, I was just going to say thank you for having me. I think I thought I might say once I've got things produced that I'll let you know, Sally. Once
yes, absolutely.
I've ordered some cards, but I've only ordered a few packs just to get a trial.
Put me down for one.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying to work out the prices and the sizes of things, you know.
Yeah.
And then today I was thinking I might put my book up to be available from Beltane from the 1st of May. I thought that seems like a nice time.
Oh, yes. Well, the 1st of May Day, and the flowers, it goes together really well. Yeah.
The first card and like the first flower I've organised. I can ask you some market research on this. I know we're going now. I can ask you three. Like I've got my flowers organised A to Z. They're in like a section, like other things about them in other sections, but I've organised them A to Z. Now that feels like quite nice, like to dip in. Do you know what I mean? But the first one with those is the apple. So the apple the apple blossom relates to Beltane. So it just feels like if I sort of get everything ready so they can be ordered from the 1st of May, that'd be nice.
Lovely.
The cards might be available before when I'm making a little book to go with the cards, like a little guide as well. But I'm not writing at the moment because I didn't want to get too sidetracked. Because sometimes you can just go off down this little lane and you ignore the part you're doing.
So you're doing two things at the same time.
I actually think you've got enough information there for at least 8 books. So yeah.
After I finish my trees, which I'm going to do the trees in a separate book,
Yeah.
And then I want to do sacred wells and the guardians, and I've already started, which is like I'm going to start writing a book about 3 aunts in my family, and find some funny little stories about them and how they link together in a time, like when were they alive? Sort of like up until about the 1950s or something, So something about those 3 women and their lives. But they love flowers, so that's why they're in there. They used to win everything at the flower shows and be the judges on the WI and making the jams and everything. So that's why
that's where the connection comes totally for you. Yeah.
Yeah. They are. They like. I've been writing about. I used to live in Somerset as a child. And do you know, I didn't know all about this stone circle and stuff I found that was not far away. That's because they were all Christians, so they didn't probably tell you about the pagan stuff. So I'm going later this year and walk on the old land, and connect with the stones, etc.
That'd be lovely.
What I didn't mention, which I'll just bring in very quickly, is in my book as well, there's lots of little poems. So there are little bits of channels of poems, and some famous poets lived near where I lived in the past, and so they keep calling to me, and I'm in the night, I'm going, I call thee here and thee was there, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, here they are again. So that's like Wordsworth and Coleridge. They lived near where I was living but not at the same time, because we're on different time frames, 200 years apart. But in my book, there's lots of little poems, and there's poems with the flowers, So there's this sort of whole thing about meditations, spiritual guidance, healing, and flowers. And my sister's starting to do some of my artwork as well. So there'll be my own photographs, but then also artwork as well. So it's a big,
Oh, it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Really beautiful.
It feels like I've waited a long time to do it, but I'm doing it.
Yay!
Yes, sometimes we realize that 20 years ago we've been doing things that they are coming now to our future. It's quite funny.
Absolutely.
Well, last year when I had this great fear of dying, I thought I can't go yet because I've not done what I'm supposed to be doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Something gave me a kick between Yule and New Year. I'd produced 2 books, and don't ask me. The material had been written. Some of it had dragged together, So there's this new energy came with Yule last year. It just absolutely blew me out the water.
Did you publish all the books or not yet?
Yeah, they're on Amazon. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, leave the link and we can share the link in our pages. That will be interesting.
Well, one of them is just little poems, and then the other one is like a bit like a course. It's like you follow it through for 22 days, and it's about going through each of the chakras, going through what's lacking, really going into the energy of a rose flower, which are different colour, Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary, and then really embodying your desires and gratitude. And you do that for 22 days. There's a link to the audios to go with it. There are 8 audios to go with it. And it starts with what I call pink bliss energy, which is, well, I can say it's my signature energy, but I've probably got 2 signature energies, because one's white flame, which is the Isis, and this pink bliss is Mary Magdalene's energy.
Could you, Kim, share the links to it all once this is posted in the comments?
I better get offline. Let you get offline. Yeah, well, yeah,
that would be wonderful, because everybody would really appreciate seeing those.
Yes, that would be
great.
If people buy the book, it can be on Kindle or paperback, and then they can get a link from me to download the audios. And the meditations aren't very long. They're about 10 or 15 minutes, because sometimes people don't want to go and meditate for an hour, every day. And there is a shift happens. The people have followed this course. About 2 years ago, I did it on Facebook, and some real shifts happened, so it's beautiful energy.
Why did you pick
Fantastic.
22 days? Usually it's 21. Is there any reason why the 22?
Yes, 22 is like the goddess number. So
Okay.
the flowers is like 22 is the goddess number. And then these trees were insisted on being in. So there's 7 trees. And then in the end, I decided 22 and 7 is 29. And that makes 11 as a number. So I was quite happy with that because that's like another, goddessy number 11,
Yeah.
So they have been picked either from flowers from my childhood or my favourites. Some of them have been picked because they've been part of my healing, and there's some others decided they wanted to come in, I mean, they're like, so there's like varies. There's some across all the different seasons. There's a bit less in the autumn, I think. But some of them have been like, now I've got to remember how to say this. I can't pronounce say that one. And it's the immortal oil flower. It's the straw flower, the everlasting flower. Now that one connects to my granddad, you see. So there's different ones, and I'm writing it like this, like not being so. This is this flower and this. I haven't been related to this. Do you know what I mean? So there's aspects of me in it. Do you know what I mean? Because I mean, why not? That's how I think. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
One flower attached to Archangel Sakiel, and that is the echinacea flower. And then like one flower like hydrangea is the only one I've got attached to like the Pleiades, but she insists she's attached to the Pleiades, and that's that. So when I was channeling, making those little, really narrowing down witch guardian, etc., with the flowers, it was a lot of what they were telling me. They were like saying, this is who my guide is, and that's who I'm having, But you need that humour with them.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to have to say goodbye, I think, to people, unfortunately. It's been absolutely wonderful having you, Kim, here.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I've enjoyed it.
And it was really a pleasure to meet you.
Lovely.
From my heart to your heart to everyone's heart.
Bless you.
Yeah.
All right.
Wes.
And good night. So good night,
Thank you,
everybody.
everyone.
Thank you for
Bye-bye.
joining us.
Yes.